News Update is brought to you by...
Say hello to Shanta. Shanta is an entertainer, but she also loves to be entertained, which is why she has Flow TV brought to her through Flow's 100% fiber to the home network. It's great for busy Shanta because she can control the time she watches her favorite shows, playback from the start in case she missed it, or even record with cloud video recording. And with her Flow services bundle, enjoys much more for much less. Visit any Flow retail outlet, call 1-800-804-2994 or visit discoverflow.co to find out more. One-of-a-kind connection. This is how we flow.
It's Monday, April 4, and time for the Barbados Today Afternoon Update. Thanks for joining us. I am Fernella Wedderburn. Cable and Wireless will not be able to increase the price of some of its services over 3% for the next 36 months. That's according to the Fair Trading Commission's new Price Cap Plan 2016, which governs the adjustments of rates of regulated services for the telecoms company. Effective April 1, 2016, the overall price increase on non-competitive services will be below or equal to the level of inflation, or 3% per year, if inflation exceeds 3% during that year. According to an FTC statement, the price cap plan will apply to all customers of the company, including those acquired as part of the acquisition of Columbus Telecommunications. The launch of Bitcoin will result in major changes for Barbados' banking sector, so says President of the Bankers Association of Barbados, Glenn Harrison. Speaking to Barbados Today about the recently launched digital currency by Barbadian entrepreneurs Gabriel Abed and Olive Gale, Harrison said the initiative will see a slight decrease in employment in banks, but will also open up job opportunities in technology.
Bank will obviously have to adapt, but you're not going to see banks go away. You're going to see banks change. You're going to see the way that banks do business change. In some parts of the world, banks have already started to incorporate this technology into their service delivery. The use of mobile and virtual currency is already out there, and banks have acknowledged that it will be a new part of the whole exchange facilitation method, and it's something that we've continued to embrace because the world will continue to evolve and technology will continue to evolve, and banks have to adapt in order to survive.
On the consumers' front, Harrison is optimistic that they will readjust to the new initiative.
What it does for the average man is allow them to continue to have choices in payment methods. That's from the mobile currency section. There are also other applications. If you look at blockchain technology in terms of what is called digital assets, which is you, the citizen, now being able to prove from your cell phone that you are who you are. So without the use of hard identification or whatnot, you're now able to take yourself and certify to people who are participating that this is you and get the benefits and services just from using your cell phone.
Some 30 contract workers at Syria Actable today walked off the job, citing unfair treatment. Barbados Today understands that the workers have not been paid 80% of their wages for the first 3 months for work done on behalf of the company for Telecom's company Digicel, installing fiber-to-home networks. But not only that, the company apparently changed the rate of payments per job without consulting the workers. Instead of increments on each job, Barbados Today understands that Syria Actable decided to pay a flat rate of $21 on the basis that the amount is contained in the workers' service contract. The workers this morning took their grievances before the Chief Labour Officer, who assured them that the department will look into the matter. Up to news time, efforts to contact an official at Syria Actable was not successful. Noted economist Jeremy Stephen describes the country's recent downgrade by Moody's Investors Service as unfortunate. Over the weekend, the International Rating Agency changed its outlook for Barbados to stable on the basis that it continues to record low-level foreign exchange reserves as well as slow progress towards achieving fiscal consolidation. Stephen tells Barbados Today the rating was not a surprise.
It is expected, it was expected that we would have downgrades. It is expected that if we follow the current path that there will be pressure on the exchange rate, especially given that we haven't done much to reverse the slight downward trend in our foreign reserves. And given the whole threat of correspondent banking de-risking, that is, or the banks that we transact, that we get US dollars from for overseas transactions, that they are not actually looking to do as much business with us as a region as we did before. We've got a lot of threats that would make this reversal in our credit rating, the downward trend that we have, to reverse that. It would make it really more difficult in the next 2 to 3 to 4 years, thereabouts.
In Sports Minister Stephen Lashley joins the rest of the world and the Caribbean in congratulating the West Indies men and women's team. He described the win in Kolkata yesterday as simply phenomenal.
I believe I join with all West Indian fans in celebrating this phenomenal victory by both of our teams, the women and the men, in the ICC T20 tournament that has just been concluded, bringing home to the Caribbean a long-awaited victory by certainly our men's team. The women, they have done so well, and they really have consistently showed their mettle. And we've seen in the men demonstrating that the West Indies are here certainly for the long haul. This has been really a continuous battle to get back to the top. All of our players are showing that they are serious about reasserting the dominance of the West Indies in cricket.
Now, amidst the celebration, there was some not so good news. West Indies batsman Marlon Samuels was fined 30% of his match fee for breaching level 1 of the ICC Code of Conduct during Sunday's match. Samuels broke the code for players and player support personnel, which relates to using language or gesture that is obscene, offensive, or insulting during an international match. The incident occurred during the final over of the West Indies run chase when Samuels used abusive and offensive language directed at England all-rounder Ben Stokes. Samuels admitted to the offence and accepted the sanction, so there was no need for a formal hearing.
There's regional and international news after this short break.
The 50th anniversary of Independent Secretariat and the National Cultural Foundation proudly present the theatrical production From Bossa to Barrow and Beyond.
We are not slaves.
Saturday, April 16th at 6:30 p.m. at the historic Golden Grove Plantation. Come, be a witness to history.
Aye, Nanny Greg.
Enter the ritual. Feel the power.
This country will be independent. And if I have to wake up all the sleeping angels in heaven, so be it.
From Bossa to Barrow and Beyond. April 16th. Tickets $50 adults, $10 youth and children. Available at all NCF outlets and at ticketpal.com.
In news from the region, the Family Planning Association of Trinidad and Tobago calls for government to revisit its position on abortion. The appeals come as health officials monitor a 23-year-old pregnant woman who was diagnosed with Zika, the first such case in the country. The association says officials need to give the law a second look to ensure access to safe abortion services for women who are Zika infected and may wish to have an abortion because of fear of microcephaly. And finally, the first boats carrying migrants being deported from Greece have arrived in Turkey as part of an EU plan aimed at easing mass migration to Europe. More in this report from the BBC.
Well, there they are, the first migrants who have disembarked from the boat that has come over from Lesbos this morning. They've been joined by Turkish officials from the Red Crescent and from the local authorities here, checking their welfare and then registering them in a little tent that has been set up by the water's edge. Now, along with the second boat that is following closely behind, we understand about 130 people are on board, mainly Pakistanis. They will be taken, we understand, to deportation centres elsewhere in the country. Turkey's been signing readmission agreements with about 14 countries in the last couple of weeks since the deal was struck with the European Union in order for them to be deported back to their countries.
And that's news and sports, but for the very latest, visit our website at www.barbadostoday.bb. Also, subscribe to our e-paper, email updates, and like us on Facebook. We're also on Izumi Media in bus terminals or screenplay at supermarkets and gas stations near you, as well as Channel 99 on Flow TV and Mix 96.9 FM. I'm Fernella Wedderburn. Good afternoon.